Welcome back, everyone. Today, at Everything About Astronomy, we'll be discussing the history of astronomy, the constellations, Earth, Moon, Sun relation, the Moon, phase of the Moon, and eclipses. So sit down, buckle up, and get ready for Sun Astronomy. To understand astronomy history, first we need to understand the difference between astronomy and astrology. Astrology is the belief that all the celestial bodies influence our daily life, and astronomy is the branch of science that studies celestial bodies. Astrology was mostly present in ancient cultures. Most of them thought that the sky was full of gods or kings, and that those gods chose humanity's curse. One of the first civilizations we are going to examine are the Mayans. They live around 300 AD to 900 AD. They had the ability to predict eclipses, they created a precise calendar, and they calculated Venus, Mars, and Mercury cycle. As the Mayans, the Egyptians that live around 1470 to 1460 BC did some great calculus, such as discovering with great precision the equinoxes and building monuments to know what time of the year was it. The Babylonians that developed around the 600 BC realized that the movement of the planet was regular and periodic, and were probably the first to create the wheel and a writing system. The Sumerians that ruled around 4000 BC were the first to map the stars as constellations and create a calendar system, although it wasn't as precise as the Mayans. Galileo Galilei was born in Pisa, Italy on 1564. He was a great mathematician, philosopher, and an astronomer. One of his great contributions is the law of the pendulum, that is the basic regulation for clocks now. He also discovered the Galilean moons, that are Jupiter moons, and stated a new method of science, in which everything needed to be proved with an experiment. He was under house arrest when he died because he contradicted the church. The last civilization, and probably one of the most known, are the Greeks, that lived about 600 AD. They thought that all the universe was made by atoms and invented the watermill, but one of the most important contributions, although the Sumerians already mapped the stars, was naming the constellations. This leads us to our next topic, that are the constellations. We will start with Leo the Lion. The myth says that one of the 12 labors that Apollo gave to Hercules was to take the skin of this lion and give it to King Eurystheus. Bear god mythology is not clear, but the most common one is the king Ceres, that is the harvest deity. Libra is known as a balance, and it is the constellation that represents justice. Orion is known as the man holding a shield. This man was very kind to God, so in return God gave him a son who was a great hunter. Cassiopeia, girl on a chair. She thought she was the most beautiful on earth. Then Zeus got angry and sent her to the sky upside down. Capricorn is the constellation that is half goat, half fish. Taurus, the bull. The myth says that Zeus fell in love with the Princess Europa and transformed into a white bull to call her attention. Gemini, the twins. This is one of the only constellations that can actually be seen. Cancer, the crab. Killing him was one of Hercules' labors. Scorpio, the scorpion, was sent by Artemis to kill Orion. Ophiuchus was a deity, and he could heal disease. Hades angered and told Zeus to kill him. Sagittarius was an archer that died trying to help Zeus. Aquarius, Zeus fell in love with him, but felt bad and sent him to the sky as an eagle. Pisces, Cupid and Venus turned to fish to escape from Typhon. Aries, ram sent to save children from sacrifice. Ursa Minor and Ursa Major. The myth says that they have long tails because when they were brought to heaven, they were pulled up from their tails. Talking about stars, did you know that the Sun is the closest star to Earth? It is 149,600,000 kilometers from Earth. It is indeed the center of the solar system. It is completely made out of plasma. Its center is more than 27 million degrees Fahrenheit. It was born about 4.6 billion years ago. It has enough nuclear fuel to stay for another 5 billion years or more. It emits a lot of energy that is reflected by the ozone layer, and it has a diameter of about 1,031,000 kilometers. The moon, as the sun, is a celestial body, and you probably didn't know that the moon is 384,400 kilometers from Earth. That means that you can probably fit 3 times the Earth on that space. To get this calculus, you need to subtract the diameters and then the distance between each other. Continuing with the moon, I'm going to show you an easy way to remember all its phases. First, we need to remember that the full moon is completely illuminated and the new moon is not illuminated. Next, we need to remember that the third quarter and the first quarter are exactly half illuminated, only that third quarter is on the left and first quarter is on the right. Then we will need to remember 4 easy terms that are waxing, waning, crescent, and gibbous. Waxing means that it is increasing, and waning means that it is decreasing. Now, gibbous means that it's more than half, and crescent means that it is less than half. Now you just need to put one of each and see the shape to create the name. For example, the one that is more than half but is still increasing to a full moon will be waxing gibbous. And the last topic for today's episode will be eclipses. There are 2 types of eclipses, the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse. A solar eclipse occurs when the light from the sun that is reflected on Earth is covered by the moon. And a lunar eclipse occurs when the Earth blocks the light from the sun that is reflected on the moon. It's good to mention that we don't always have a full eclipse due to the different angle in which one of the 3, the sun, the Earth, or the moon, are positioned. And it is more often to have a semi-eclipse. That was all for today, folks, so remember to hit that like button and subscribe for more of these videos. See you next time. Peace!